How's it going today is Wednesday. It's May 15, and we are taking a look at the market, what kind of opportunities we can find in the city. Let's take a look at government releases and wood agriculture sector, right? So that would be press releases. Government unveils major package of farming and all food security support. Let's try to understand it. That would be the Prime Minister has unveiled major package of measures to support farmers and grow the UK's farming and food security. Let's try to understand it. This sector would be very important. I constantly take a look at this sector, right? So I do understand the sector strategy, some of the changes. I think they even perhaps considering to hire a couple more people to oversee the sector because it's very important, right? So let's try to understand what kind of major package and perhaps there might be additional funding support available and how the sector to be overseen. So let's try to understand it. A major package of measures to support farmers and grow the UK's farming and all food security has been announced by the government today. That would be yesterday, right? 14th of May. The package unveiled that the Farm to Fork Summit hosted by the Prime Minister at Downing Street today will support domestic food production, boost innovation and rural sector support, and to reach its economic potential and recruit next generation of farming and all food leaders. Okay, I have a lot of doubts, right? I think currently, and some of the formulas, most likely that they are using, more than likely they are looking to support more of the bigger businesses, not necessarily bringing more people into the market, smaller businesses. I don't think this is what they're doing. I think they're looking to support massive businesses, perhaps 100 plus people, all this kind of businesses, right? And financially, supporting those businesses more than likely works better on the paper, but not necessarily because of market and all competition, not necessarily that's best for smaller businesses and in the return people who are actually purchasing food, right? So I'm interested in understanding, right? I haven't read this article yet. And then they're saying farming and all food leaders. I don't know, but either way. This includes a new blueprint for growing an all UK's fruit and vegetable sector, setting out how industry and government can work together to increase domestic production and drive investment in the valuable sector, which is worth more than 4 billion to UK's economy. Since I was taking a look at previously, right, they were introducing a lot of visas, so people would be potentially able to come into UK to do a lot of work in this sector. So that is some of the measures already taking place. The plan involves ensuring that the sector has access to affordable and sustainable energy and or water, cutting planning red tape to make it easier and quicker to build glass houses. Okay, okay. Depends what. Okay, okay. A new investment to boost innovation in the sector, where DAFRA will look at doubling to 8 million an amount of funding given to horticulture business when compared to EU legacy fruit and vegetable aid scheme. Right now, this sector is struggling, right? So currently, the system is that you need to register on the platform, right, to receive any support of finances and all this kind of things, right? So for you to register, you need to have a code. So they need to give you a code. So if you were to reach out to the sector, they would leave themselves 30 days to respond to you. So how? So entire system is currently not as effective and not efficient as it should be. Entire system should have first of all, you should register on the system and upload all the documents. So that should be the process. Upload all the documents, and then it should be 30 days to confirm your documents. That's way more effective and less bottlenecks onto the system, right? Where you register straight away with your email and all your phone number, all these kind of things, right? Then you upload all the documents, and then once you upload it, then you can receive no people who are interested can receive finance, right? Way better system, and they have higher a person perhaps 5 months ago to take a look at the system. So I already see a lot of bottlenecks in the system when allocating finances, right? The summit also saw publications of the first draft food security index, setting out the key data and trends to allow government and industry to safeguard UK's food security. This will allow us to monitor short-term trends across the UK. In addition to government has set out how it will provide further support for farmers affected by wet weather, building on a commitment to expand the Farming Recovery Fund to support farmers who have been floated. Temporary adjustment will be made for farmers and non-land managers where the wet weather has led to difficulties carrying out the requirements of how environmental land management schemes, where will also be 75 million to support internal drainage boards. Okay, okay. Climate change is the real problem. To accelerate recovery from winter 2003-24, a storm and or provide opportunities to modernize and or upgrade assets that benefit and or support resilience for farmers and rural communities. The government has also announced further action to ensure fairness across food supply chain, committing to developing regulations to improve fairness in fresh produce and egg sectors, right? So one of the measures they most likely talk about in this part that will be labeling of the food products, right? So sometimes it can be a gray area. So we're looking to introduce perhaps more measures in the way how food is labeled right now, and because we're reducing to perhaps only I don't know for vegetables, right? There is more to the sector, right? The sector annual summit builds on the success of last year, bringing government and all representing from across farming and all food sectors together with number 10 to help them work together and help to grow. Which the sector is very important, right? And especially, particularly what was happening across Europe, so wider regions and all reducing. I think a lot of governments were taking a look at how we can make more money out of farmers when it comes to incentives to fuel. And fuel would be used, potential farmer would be working on the fields with this fuel, not necessarily for fun, for work. And they were looking to reduce that, right? Some incentives, right? So perhaps there's a lot of things needed to be addressed within this sector. Further information growing resilient food and or drink sector. We have launched a blueprint for grow the case fruit and vegetable sector, setting out how industry and government can work together to increase domestic production to support business growth and drive investment into this valuable sector, which is worth more than 4 billion to UK's economy. If you would ask me just a wine, right? So if UK would be able to produce wine and sell it to China, since Australia, because of a lot of things happening in the world, trade and all the entire sector is a little bit more complicated, right? But potentially just that's a 1 million, 1 billion, sorry. That's a 1 billion right there. So since China stopped importing wine from Australia, it happened some time ago, right? Just that is worth of 1 billion. So the rest of so I think the entire sector, if you would ask me, the sector can be potentially worth way more, but there's more complexities there, right? Where those finances would be allocated back into the sector, investment and all equipment, all these kind of things, right? So, but potentially yield and all returns, I would say about 15%, perhaps 20% of. So I guess I'm promoting the sector, right? Let's close on that. There's additional information, but I don't know if it's important and what information would we looking to share within the sector. So if anything, that would be a quick feedback that I would offer. It currently the process onboarding people and all next generation of leaders could be way better, in particular when you need to register on a platform, right? From there, people can engage with this organization when it comes to food production, poultry, fish, all those kind of great things, as well as perhaps because of the season, entire sector is preparing for fresh produce. I think that's where everyone's attention is right now. not necessarily other areas. But either way, that's closing that. Thanks for watching. See you in the next one.